Good afternoon, and welcome to Morning Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, I have for you Power Rangers Friday. Yep, it's Power Rangers Friday. Based on the fact that I did the last Megazord on a Friday, I'm just going to start doing all the Power Rangers I'm getting from Dragon on Fridays, and on Saturdays, we'll do the Blind Builds episodes for each of those characters. So tomorrow, be prepared for an in-depth explanation on how to make this guy into both the Mega Dragonzord and the Dragon Warrior Zord. So look forward to that tomorrow. And today I'll go through all three modes of this character and explain them to you based on their feel and kind of just a basic toy review. So transformation explanations will happen tomorrow. And for today, we will just discuss the bots. So let's begin this Power Rangers Friday with the Green Dragon Zord. Here he is in all of his green glory. Look at this guy. He's got a slight articulation to his mouth. He can move his mouth up and down. And other articulation-wise, his arms can move up like 15 degrees at the shoulder. And then his hands can move a full, 110, 115 degrees. Yeah. So they go from that point, facing forward, shooting all the missiles, to, I guess that's more than a 90, but that's, yeah, I'll give it 115 degrees, roughly speaking. Maybe, yeah, because they don't go fully all the way around. All right, so what else do we got to talk about this guy, articulation-wise? You can wiggle the legs, but that's it. That's all they do. Flip him around to the back, and we can spin his tail. There's some articulation right there, but that's it. That's all the articulation you get with this guy. Then again, he's from the early 90s. So let's talk about his height. We're gonna put this little thing over here. Try and get it good. Let's get it good. My imprecise measuring system puts him at 27 studs tall. 27 studs tall, meaning that he is the same height as Studio Series 86 Grimlock. And where's my Bumblebee? Bumblebee, you always measure up with the mecha. So here's a Bumblebee in front of the Dragon Megazord. And I really hope that all you people really appreciate, this yellow against the green. I bet that's kind of a neat combination. Bumblebee stands up to the beginnings of the shield on the chest of the Dragonzord. Go Bumblebee. Okay, we're going to set Bumblebee there because we're going to need him for future stuff. Yep, we will. All right. So, that's it with articulation and sizing. Molding-wise, he's got some toes molded into his dragon feet. And his Godzilla feet, really. This is more of a Godzilla than a dragon. And he's got these nice panels over his knees that move up and down are necessary for the transformation, but they got some decent detailing. It's not fine detailing, but there's obviously like armor plates kind of detailing. And on the legs, not much detailing there either, but you can feel that there's a connector point down here towards the bottom. And that's going to be necessary for the transformations coming up. Excuse me. So we've got that for his legs. Upper body wise, this bit, his shield in the center, is actually very well articulated for something like this. There is some stickers in there. That sticker's slightly damaged, but you can feel all these little grooves and stuff. And then of course all these little bumps were lights, and are lights. There is no battery pack in this guy, and it's mainly because I don't like battery stuff. And Dragon stored these without the batteries in them because Little Dragon was very smart and took the batteries out. Yeah, that's it. This is apparently supposed to make some noises and do some lights. All these little points that light up in the show are supposed to light up, and that's the only really reason I think they're detailed like that. And then the center has got some detailing to it with the molding, but not really much. Yeah, this is back 90s stuff, so I'm amazed by the amount of molding that we are experiencing. It shows they actually did care to mold some stuff, but for the most part, you know, it is just flat stuff where they put stickers to try and, you know, make up for the fact that it was just a flat plane with no molding. All right, now we're going to set this guy off to the side, and we're going to talk about the Megazord combination with him. So we're going to bring in the Megazord here, and for size comparison stuff, we're going to bring in Bumblebee one more time. Bumblebee, stand in front of the Megazord. There we go. Bumblebee stands up to, up to the height. Oh, you were backwards. Up to the height of the knee of the Megazord. So there you go, Bumblebee. Good job letting us know that height. Okay, now for this bit, judging the fact that this is going to be higher than the pad, I'm going to have to move the camera. So excuse me, guys. Please do not mind this. We're going to go up and down. Woo! Okay, there we go. Camera is set in its withdrawn position, and now we can do some crazy cool stuff. So we'll put Megazord here in front of me, and we're just going to reach in front of him, and we're going to do all of this so y'all can see. So here we go. We're going to do it in a hurry. Like I said, tomorrow you can watch the Blind Builds episode where I will be discussing all of this in detail and explaining to you the proper steps every single time. I can never catch that thing. All right, so we're going to definitely be talking about that on the day of May 13th. Ooh, May 13th. Too bad it's not a Friday. Oh, almost forgot to do a major step. There we go. Now, this is the... Okay, this is the Mega Dragonzord, and the Mega Dragonzord is kind of just this. I mean, it's neat, I guess. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with these pauldrons up here on his shoulders. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do. I honestly forgot. Yeah, molding-wise, it's the Dragonzord split in half and put on top of the Megazord. Size-wise with this guy, let's get it out. Boom. So this is like the weakest combination I have ever experienced. This is one lazy, there's not even connector pins. It's just held in by gravity. Okay, so that's the end of the thing, and then we're just going to pick you up again. Oh my. Okay, we got that going there. Just sit on top of my fingers to do a very, very, very rough. Alright, there we go. So 32 plus 6, so 38 studs in height. Very rough approximation there. Very rough approximation. Articulation-wise, he's got the same articulation as the Megazord, except now he's wearing this cloaky thing that has these things on the side. Now, I don't remember what these did in the show, but honestly speaking, like if you're going to do something like this, then these have got to be Vernia engines. You know, jetpack stuff to help you fly in space and things. But, yep, now we're done with it. So we're just going to pick him up, and we're going to take him up, move him down, and he's just going to go over here for a second. Mr. Dragonzord. Mr. Dragonzord. Mr. Dragonzord. Mr. Dragonzord, there you go. There you go. Stand and stay. Okay. Now we're going to move the Megazord away. And we're going to start disassembling the Megazord. And I don't know about you guys, but the green Megazord, you know, the Dragonzord here was always a really fun introduction in the show. It was cool to have him around. He did some neat things, and I am very happy to be able to bring this combination to you guys and talk about him in depth. And of course tomorrow, like I said, we'll be going more in depth with him when it comes to his transformation. But I've got all the pieces ready, so let's start. Okay, cool. All right. Then we're just going to be careful. Be very careful with these shoulder pauldrons where the arms fold out. I don't know if this is gold plastic. This may just be gold painted plastic, but if this is indeed gold plastic, then it will be suffering from gold plastic syndrome if it's the wrong type of gold plastic. So be gentle. Be careful with it. And if you have one, and handle it with kid gloves. It's an old Zord. I keep wanting to say Transformer, and it should be respected. So I'm just going to get you together. Yep. Alrighty. And this part's gonna go right like that. Hey, you blasted thing. This is your home. Don't you want to go to your home? Yeah, everybody wants to go to their home. Come on, there you go. No. There it is. Alright. Now for the final step. Got to take this flap here. Come on, flap. Come on, flap. I need you, flap, to flap upwards. Yes, flap upwards, flap. That's a good flap. It's a flappity flap, flap. Alright. Other flap. Go up, flap. Yep. Flap. Success. Successful flapping. I disconnected that arm. Okay. Now, I'm just going to remark on, the sheer amount of power these things must have to just fly in the air and connect like this. This thing's bigger than buildings. It's Godzilla's size, and it could just fly up in the air and connect. Talk about suspension of disbelief, huh? Yeah, because what do you do? What's going to happen? How many earthquakes occur? And it's California, so they have earthquakes all the time, and really bad tectonically. So, all right, we're done, and now let's talk about his size here. So he's definitely higher than the 27 he was. Alright, he's at the 30 there, 32 mark there at that spot. And then at the top of his head, this little pylon's supposed to go up, but we don't measure by that, we measure by this. And there it is. Alright, we've got... wow. So he's 38 studs tall in this mode. He is actually the same height in this mode, in the Dragon Warrior Zord, or is it the Warrior Dragonzord, as he is in the Mega Dragonzord. I think that's kind of funny. When you put them together, no matter if it's 6 or 5, they're going to end up the same height. And this is definitely a taller Zord than the Megazord. I always liked this Zord better, but I thought it was weird that, Kimberly and Jason were just kind of like, meh. They just had their Zords flying around whenever this happened. But you can totally give him all the stuff, and he comes with this really weird, crazy combination of weapons and accessories to make the beginning stages of a sort of modular combat system when it comes to weapons, modular weaponry. And we definitely see this as being the beginnings of such endeavors, because later on we see that they become more and more popular with other series as they go on. So there we go. Let's talk about him, and we'll discuss this thing first, because this is very top-heavy, and I don't like keeping it together. So this drill staff that he comes with, it has a stand at the bottom that's kind of shaped a lot like you would expect one of those marble stands that's supposed to hold a bust or something. Yeah, it feels a lot like that. It's got these 4 bits on the end that come down, and then it's got a column that's done Grecian or Roman style with the perfectly lined, I think that would be Roman style with the lines that go all the way up, and then it's got no filigree at the top, so definitely Roman style. And then you come up here to this section. It's got some details, but it's mainly just, it's so wide. What is this thing? But yeah, and then you get to the part we talked about before, which is the center of the Dragon Zord, and then the Dragon Zord's tail at the top, which spins. Of course, the tip is missing, because dragon, the guy I'm borrowing it from, his dog ate it years and years ago. So there we go. Disassemble that so it doesn't collapse on me because, good grief. Gonna be so, man, this thing is tough. Some of these joints are just impossible sometimes. And yeah, everything's still good on the inside. It's just that this tail's joints are so sturdy. Wow. All right. Well, guys, talking about the Dragon Warrior Zord, we've got this really nice shiny gold chest piece on him, which I always loved in the show. I always thought it was a fun part in the show whenever those two his arms folded into his shoulders and then the shoulders came together. And he was like, oh, it's on now. It's on now. And he's got the mastodon arms like the Megazord, and of course the legs like the Megazord. And yeah, there's no articulation here. He can move his legs up and down, but that's it. It's got the same amount of articulation as before. Oh, I forgot the face. He's been going around without a face. So to get the face out, you just push down on the lower jaw, and then the face hangs there. There's nothing holding the face in. It just wobbles. So you can shift him back and forth, and it squeaks. That's my sound effect. There's a squeaky face. All right. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode and you've learned something about the Dragonzord today. I know that I have enjoyed talking to you about the Dragonzord. And as soon as I find out what happened to my doohickey, I'm going to end the video. Crap. I think when that piece fell, it jumbled everything up. Where's the doohickey? Weaponizer pieces everywhere from the previous episodes. Weaponizer pieces. The doohickey. I found the doohickey. All right. Tune in next Prime. Every single time. Tune in next Prime where I'll be doing an in-depth verbal explanation on how to make all three of these modes in the Dragon Zord. All right. Bye-bye for now.